So a while back I did a video on repairing this old Millermatic 35. I was having problems with the main contactor. I'm sure explained in that video the original equipment contactors are no longer available. And so I kind of did my best to find something that was similar. And now that one's sticking too. So I think I didn't get quite enough of a high enough amperage rating. I couldn't find any really good information on the original. So I kind of did my best guess, and it lasted a couple months, but I was running the machine pretty hard at a pretty high setting, and it cooked that one. So now I've got to repair it again. I did find a higher capacity contactor, and so I've basically got to make some new bus bars and get that installed. But in the meantime, I've got to keep working, and so I picked this guy up. Same machine, just a little bit older, and seems like it's got less miles on it, or hours, or however you want to call that. Pretty excited. I like these old machines. They're just so simple. I've had this machine I bought it in the mid 90s. And I've had it for 30 years, and it was 10, 15 years old, something like that when I bought it. And it's literally never stopped welding other than, until that contactor. So good, solid, reliable machine. And like I explained in that video, there's no electronics. It's all simple parts. An old neighbor of mine had this machine, and I finally convinced him to sell it to me. So I'm pretty excited. This one, you can see there's kind of 3 or 4 eras of these machines. There's these black-faced machines, and then the older ones are white-faced. And there's definitely 2 styles of the black face, as you can tell. And I think there's also 2 of the whites. But as far as I can tell, that's mostly just cosmetic. It seems like the functionality and the components of the machines are basically the same. I haven't pulled the cover off this one to really look inside. And there's another. This one I believe is from the late 80s, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. You can tell by the serial number. I ran it years ago. I just don't remember. I think it's like 1988 or something. So it's got the more modern Miller logo. And then this one, I haven't checked it out yet as far as the age, but it's got the older logo. And it's a pretty clean old machine. It's got some, I don't know if that's paint overspray or something on the top of it, or maybe it's just dirt. I haven't really scrubbed it. Pretty cool. It's got just like thumb screws to open the cover, whereas this one had the more modern plastic little things, but mine are missing. So one thing that kind of attracted me to this machine too is I haven't really checked it out, but it's running 025 wire, and I don't know if the drive rolls are universal enough to do that, or if it has specific drive rolls in it. But I was pretty excited about that because I do run thinner material from time to time, and there's no sense in having 2 machines. This one, I have 035 in it all the time, so there's no sense to me in having 2 machines set up the same. So it's pretty cool having this one set up with 025 wire, or 023. Another cool thing is it's got this kind of interesting gun. When I first looked at the machine, I was like, so where's the trigger? It doesn't have any normal visible trigger on it, but it's just in this rubber piece. And so it's got a button there and also on the top. Yeah, just the top and the bottom, which is pretty convenient because sometimes, you know, you can get into spots and use your finger or your thumb on that end. I've used it just a little bit so far, and I like it. When I first saw it, I was like, man, I need to get a modern gun on this thing. It's actually a Miller gun too. So I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna use it a little bit more and see, but I like it so far. It's got a couple small things I need to work on. All the ports seem to be in good shape. Like I explained on this one, I've got one port that kind of melted down, the number 5 power setting I can't really use right now. So it's kind of nice. This one's all in good shape, but this feels a little mushy. I think just the mounting nut that holds the rheostat body is loose. So I need to get in there and tighten that up before I play with it too much. Pretty cool. I like old tools. So something, if people see this, I am looking for one of these spot timers. I mean, you can see it's got the number here of what it is and what it's called. Because both my machines have the just the cover plate where that would go. So I would love to have one of those timers on one of these. So if anybody's got one they'd like to part with, let me know. So that's my my antique Miller Welder collection. I'm getting ready to put this one to work today, building this handrail for a customer. And it works out well having the 025 wire in this machine because this is mostly made of 063 3-wall tubing. And so it's pretty light duty, pretty thin wall, and I don't want to just blow through it. And with the 023, it's super easy to weld. So, if anybody out there is an expert on these things, got any good information to share, I'd love to hear it. And again, like these spot timers, I would love to get my hands on one. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and you know, if you like this channel, please hit me a like, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.